The numbers have been talked about at length today about the growth in the urban population in Africa. Probably something like 1.2 billion being added to the urban population over the coming decades. And the cities, the towns, the places for these people to live have got to be built. There are many large projects underway already. We see them such as Centenary City in Nigeria, Tartu City in Nairobi, and virtually every country has got one or two flagship construction projects underway, and those raise huge opportunities both for external investors but also for local organisations as well. Many of these new developments will be occurring in areas which are quite prone to hazards, natural hazards anyway, and that's just the nature of where these developments are going in. But they're also subject to a full range of other risks and hazards as well, from societal through economic issues and security as well. Now, all of these are concerns for certainly external investors, but also they're challenges that have to be addressed if these new cities are to be sustainable and actually provide the places for people to live and create prosperity for the future. So this is a real challenge, but it's a manageable one. There are programs underway such as the 100 Resilient Cities program, initiatives by organisations like the World Bank to help try and address these issues. For our client base, corruption issues are a concern, and putting in place anti-corruption programs as a general part of a project is pretty much an essential thing. Understanding, mapping the stakeholders you're going to be working with, trying to understand who's going to ask for a payment, when they're going to ask for a payment, where they're going to ask for a payment. Understanding this and then having in place the right procedures to deal with that should it occur, I think are fundamental. If we just look at the lineup of speakers for the event, it's a very strong lineup from Thabo Mbeki through industry experts from both investor developer side as well. So there's a full range of people. There's been quite frank and open discussion about some of the key issues that are barriers to working in Africa, issues such as corruption risks, which has not been shied away from. I think one has to understand the nature of the threats and hazards that they are faced with. One has to be able to develop and build in sort of resilience characteristics into these developments so that should events occur, that actually the impacts are mitigated. And importantly, should events occur, to have in place the right sort of contingency plans, crisis management plans, to deal with them as rapidly and as effectively as possible. And if developers, governments, local or regional, can demonstrate to external investors that actually these risks have been identified and they are being managed, they'll make these much more attractive investments.
Thought leader, our minds are awakening. Thought leader, our worlds are waiting. Thought leader, a vision for tomorrow, built on the dream